We settled Mars over a century ago. Making this dusty rock our home wasn't easy, but the promise that led us across the void was freedom. Something my family's bled for many times.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Red Faction Armageddon Insane Difficulty video walkthrough. And this is once again in the Walker, and we are finding the Ultor facility. As it says up in the top right, just in case you've got Alzheimer's and you need to be reminded. But for the most, this is easy. This is just, 10 minutes of moving around in a giant metal crab, taking down green aliens and shit, and, it's as simple as that. You have a lovely laser that does some massive damage. You have the lock-on kind of scatter gun. You have all sorts of stuff to play with, and you're pretty much a killing machine. The only problem is you take massive damage. Because it's on insane, you do go down pretty quick if they try. And once again, the blue bar on the bottom right hand corner is your shield, the white bar is your machine's life. As long as you can keep all the damage into the shield bar, you will be fine. If it starts hitting your life, you will gradually get weaned down until you die. And the particle effects on that laser look amazing. Watch when I fire this and it hits stuff. It doesn't probably look as nice as it did on my big ass TV when I was sat 5 yards from it, but it looks really nice. It's got some super good colours, there's a lot of particle effects happening there, cinders and embers and just lots of real cool stuff, sparks, and it glistens, it shines, it looks beautiful. And it's probably my favourite effect on this game. But the bit that gets hard is none of this stuff. As long as you stay back like I'm doing and you pick stuff off from a distance, you'll have no issue. There's one section though where you have to move into an area to trigger a spawn, and when you do so, a monolith will spawn in front of you, and you start focus on it instinctually, and one spawns behind you, so you'll get raped from behind by a ton of enemies. And what you need to do is you need to kill the one in front super quick, be turning as you're doing it, so that you can look back at where you came from and kill the dudes behind you. And if you do what I say when I say it, this bit should be very simple. It should be super simple. So instead I'm going to talk about some other things, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is Call of Juarez, the cartel. If anybody's watched, I think it was either my Lonesome Road guide or maybe the Battlefield. I don't think it was the Battlefield one, probably the New Vegas stuff. I've already mentioned that Call of Juarez, the cartel is a really bad game. It's it's just bad. That's all you can say really. It's got a lot of cool ideas, a lot of cool features, but it sucks massive dick as well. So instead of doing a guide for it, because there's no point, 'cause it's very easy and it's not fun, I'm going to do a balls deep for it, just to give people some examples of the gameplay, and so I can talk about some of the better parts of the game and show you some of the worst parts, because God, it's such a bad game, it truly is. But you'll be expecting that in the future. It might even be up before this one goes up, because this is quite later on in the videos. It all depends on like I say, on my schedule, because I'm busy as I've ever been at this moment in time, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it is an exciting period. I just wish I could get, a YouTube partnership so I can actually make money for doing what I'm doing and make it warranted to prioritise this over other things. But as any logical person will know, you prioritise your education. It's how it works. Education comes first. But keep pushing forward, keep shooting your lasers, keep doing the lovely light show of particles and nice effects. And just kill the monoliths as they turn up. It's nice and simple, it's nothing too challenging, nothing too crazy. I was looking on the dashboard the other day as well. The Crisis 1 has come. I don't know if it's games on demand, I don't know if it's arcade game, I don't know what it is, but it's got a full 1,000 achievement points, which is super stoked for. And I've never played the first one, and I am interested in checking it out, but I don't know how big it is, because my problem at this moment in time is I have an old Xbox. I have a premium from when they first came out. The guy's practically in an old chair, sitting in a rocking back and forth, chewing tobacco and waiting to die, because it's an old one. And my hard drive is one of the oldest ones, so it currently sits at about 13 meg, even though it's supposed to be 20 meg. You never seem to get the full amount of memory on the bag of shit. So I'm constantly wrestling for space when I download DLC, and my strategy at this moment in time, because I can't be asked to get a data transfer cable and get a better, hard drive, is literally to delete everything once I'm done with it. It opens up space and it enables me to do things. The only problem is, I can't get some of the higher, size files. For instance, Resident Evil 4 came out on the 20th of September? Of September, yeah, it came out last month. Same date as Gears, and it's like 3.5 gig, sorry. 3.5 meg would be glorious. We'd all be able to get it, but 3.5 gig on my hard drive is like 3.4 more than I've got room for fucking Ultor to download, so I can't get it and I can't make a guide for it because I can't put it on my shitty hard drive. And my option at this moment in time is, as soon as this Xbox goes, I'm probably going to get one of the new ones with the 250 gig hard drives or whatever they've got, and it'll just solve it. But currently I'm hoping this Xbox stays alive for some time, so it's not going to be happening in the near future. So if anybody's been looking forward for a Resident Evil 4 guide, there's probably going to be one coming, just extremely late, which sucks because I do enjoy the game. It's a fun game and I haven't played it for years, so it'll be nice and challenging again. But it's the same with Crysis. Crysis is probably in the same boat, the same kind of file size, and it's just a shame because I would like to have experienced it. Even though what I've seen of Crysis 1, it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, visually, but mechanically it looked like a piece of shit. It looked like a fucking rip-off of Far Cry, which it kind of is, I suppose. And I'm not the biggest Far Cry fan, so it doesn't really speak, you know, the most honest merits of how good it's probably going to be. But I do hear good things, and I want to definitely check it out. Without a doubt. But I'm really gutted that Rage hasn't come, because they usually always come the day before, and I'm going to be playing it the day it comes out in my country, which is 4 days after the fucking Yanks got it, which is bullshit, but it's how the world works. America's, you know, the best apparently at everything, and thus they get things early, which is hooray if you're American, but if you're not, you just sit there sulking wishing you were. But my strategy for it is I'm going to be doing Rage, and I'm going to be trading Rage in to buy Arkham Asylum when that comes out in a few days. Well, it comes out in 11 days from now. Probably like fucking 6 days for Americans, but I'm not even getting into that. You bastards, I hate you. You get everything early. But what we're doing now is, this section is probably the hardest part of the vehicle area, because you're going to be cresting over this hill. And as soon as you drop into this next room, there is a lot of hives, there's a lot of enemies, and this is the area where you're going to get lit up the most, because there's a bunch of the big green fellas, and when they throw their projectiles at you, it does some considerable damage. You'll notice my life has been hit, but my shield is back up, so that's why I'm being a little tentative, because I've died enough times on this area to know that you don't want to fuck about with it. But the room where it gets a bit gay is the one coming up after this one. But I'm just taking my time right now, just, you know, crab walking, doing my thing, shooting people, killing people, just enjoying the joys that are Red Faction. But once you make your way around this little shelf, or these bunch of shelves, you'll be moving forward. I think it's to the left up here, past these hives. Look at that, that looks so good. That looks even better when you're playing it on your own TV. YouTube will probably kill it with the quality, but it'll still look kind of nice. And a couple monoliths are going to push up, but it's in the next actual room you enter where shit gets a little bit more serious. But for all I know, that could be in 3 minutes time, and I'm talking about it prematurely. So I should really be checking my love film to see what they're sending me, because they sent me LA Noire, and I already had a copy I'd borrowed off a friend. Which is my own silly mistake, because I should have taken it off the list, but I completely forgot. I had a mind fart, it happens a lot. But I'm hoping they send me Shadows of the Damned, because I really want to play that game, and I really want to make a guide for it, because it looks super fun and super stupid, and that's my kind of game all over the place. But at the same time, I don't really know too much to expect, because I've never played a Suda51 game. I've just read about them in detail, because they all seem to be crazy and get average reviews. But look at that, look at my... what's my... Oh, that's my shit. Yeah, oh, that's what I mean. Sorry, guys. I've completely ballsed up what I've told you here in information-wise. I do apologise. The shield around your life, you activate it. It doesn't automatically protect you. You'll notice then the blue bar was going down really quickly, and that's because I just activated the shield. This is the area, I think, where you have to spin around, though, in a minute. We'll soon find out. No, it's not. It's not this area. But yeah, if you start getting hit by something and you see more projectiles coming your way and you cannot dodge them, press the button to activate your shield and it will protect you for a large period of time. And I've completely forgot to mention it. Hopefully, when you're playing, you'll know about this and you'll know to do it, and I didn't need to have mentioned it, but it's been a while, guys, since I've played it, and if you press A, that's how you activate your shield, because it's telling me on the screen right there. But there's a checkpoint. As soon as you hit that, you are kind of safe for the next few bits, but you will still die really quick if you rush it, so be very careful. You'll notice I'm spinning around to make sure that there's nothing behind me, because they're the ones that do the real damage. The ones you don't know are there that are getting the free cheap shots. But there's another one of the crazy things I couldn't even perceive a name for because I can't remember whatsoever. There's DLC for this game, which I should have probably picked up while I rented it, because it would have made another guide, which is cool, because I'm all for the short ones. The DLC guides are some of the funniest ones, because you don't have to commit, 30 plus hours to make them, which is always nice, because time is precious these days, and you need to make the most of it. And I don't mean that from some sentimental, like I'm 60 years old and looking back on my life. I just mean that as a case of, some people don't have 30 hours to waste on a video game, and I can understand that completely because life gets in the way, as most people know. I think this might be the room I keep mentioning. If I say it enough times, I'll eventually get it right. But if you stay up here on this shelf and take them on from a distance, this is the safest you will be. For whatever reason, I cannot hit that thing there for the life of me. There is a lot of hives here. It's pretty much stocked up. It's like a factory of enemy spawns. And there is the things... Yeah, that's why I couldn't hit the target. I was shooting the wrong part. But there's a bunch of them on the roof as well. So just clean them up. See the lovely sparks. And then push forward into the room. But we're coming up to the last area of the game, which is the Queen's kind of nest area. There is one area afterwards, but it's super short, so I'll tell you about this. This is the bit we have to turn around, I think. You'll notice how I'm turning... See me get hit just then? Something behind me. There you go. That's it. Once you enter in, kill the one I just shot first, then spin around and kill this guy, or he will really hurt you. You'll notice I have less than a quarter life because of that hit I just got hit with. But luckily enough, that is the last part of the level. We've removed the tentacles. We just need to push forward now and hit the checkpoint on the next part of the game. So as usual, people, thanks for watching. I hope it's helping, and you take care now.